If you've stopped scrolling to watch this video, there's a good chance that you're barely holding it together right now. Maybe you find yourself snapping at your kids over things that aren't a huge deal. Maybe you're just going through the motions. You can't even remember the last time you felt good. Um, or maybe it's like some of the many things I think that moms face. You cry in the car, maybe the shower, because it's the only place that no one will see you, and you can get a moment to fall apart. If it sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone. You're not failing, you're not broken, and you're most definitely not a bad mom. I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about the real issue that moms face. And I want to talk to the part of you who is overwhelmed, frustrated, exhausted, and just wondering, like, is this how it's supposed to be? Is this what motherhood is supposed to feel like? Because I'm not loving it. It's not what I thought it was going to be at times. So when we think about burnout, it doesn't always look like that falling apart, um, having a meltdown, like in this dramatic way. A lot of the times it just looks like feeling kind of irritable, snapping at your kids or your partner, and then you feel guilty for it for like the next day or two, beating yourself up. It's, numb scrolling at night, like you may have been doing when you got this video. Um, Yet you should be asleep because you got a lot of shit to do the next day. It looks like saying I'm fine when you're not fine. Um, or that crying in secret, like in the shower, when and feeling like you're supposed to be able to do it all without crying in the shower. It shows up also like in your nervous system, in your relationships, in the way your body feels like it's carrying an invisible weight, that mental energy that's spent. You're tired, but you don't feel like you really did anything. It's kind of sneaky because you're still showing up, you're doing all the things, but inside, you're running on fumes, you're empty. And what makes it worse then is the shame, that voice in your head that says, well, you should be grateful. You should be able to do this. Look at all these other moms. They're fine. If you were better, stronger, you wouldn't feel this way. This wouldn't be happening. But that voice is not true. It's not your voice. It's a voice of a burned out system that has taught moms that exhaustion is like a badge of honor. It's what we're supposed to do, and that rest is laziness or has to be earned. Your needs come last, and asking for help is a weakness. It's wrong to take a nap. But the truth is that just because you feel this way doesn't make you a bad mom. This feeling is not a reflection of your ability or your performance or who you are. It actually makes you human. It makes you a mom who's trying to survive in a culture that does not support moms. No one teaches us how to handle the emotional load of motherhood. There's unpaid labor, the guilt, all the mental tabs that you have open in your brain, keeping track of the doctor's appointments and the school parties and what to cook for dinner. So I want to just make this clear. You are allowed to have limits. You're allowed to be angry, to feel overwhelmed, and you're still a good mom, because those are not the measures of what it means to be a good mom. You're also allowed to want more than just survival, more than just running on these fumes. If you're in that place where you're just getting through the day and you're, can't wait until the weekend, here are 3 things I want you to hear right now. 1, this isn't permanent. You don't have to stay stuck here. Emotional burnout is real, but it's also something that we can eliminate. We can recover from. Not overnight. I'm not going to give you these little tidbits that you can do and all of a sudden feel better. There's no magic wand. But one step at a time, it is possible. The second thing, you can also unlearn the lies. All of this patriarchal bullshit that we're programmed with, that motherhood has to look a certain way, that you have to be everything and never complain and always have a smile on your face and be grateful and enjoy, your kids because time flies by so fast. The way you talk to yourself matters. And you can learn to speak to yourself with compassion instead of criticism. The third thing, you don't have to do it alone. Motherhood can feel very lonely, even though we're a significant part of the population. So healing can begin through community, whether that's a therapist or a coach, a support group, or just a trusted friend. You don't have to do it alone, and you deserve support. You don't have to be the strong one and prove that you can carry it all on your own all the time. So before I wrap this up, I want to say this directly to the part of you that feels ashamed and broken and unworthy and like you're a bad mom, that you're not too much, you're not enough, and you're not failing. You're doing your best in a system that was designed and built for us to have to survive and hustle. And recognizing that you're burned out isn't weakness, it's wisdom. That's knowledge that is the power to find balance and overcome burnout. You're worthy of that balance, you're worthy of joy, and you're worthy of life that doesn't have to feel like a checklist. So if this hits home, stick around, follow me, check out some of the resources that I have, watch more videos. I'm on YouTube. You don't have to disappear behind your burnout. I was there. I know what it's like, and it can be different.